right. Um, Little pre-market here. Um, Looking at the SPX daily, not much to see here. As I said, that the last 2 days is going to be balance, and we have balance. Um, Market's kind of digesting, maybe waiting for employment numbers, non-farm payrolls on Friday. Not much really to report on the daily. As I stated, I expect the balance the last couple of days. I mean, we can look at the NDX. We got more balance here. Not much. We're just digesting this big move, basically. Um, Really, like I said, not much to report just because we're balancing here. And but the TNX, the 10 year, is really what I've been looking at lately. We broke this large support level here and came roaring back yesterday, roaring back, and it looks like it's even going higher today. So this is something to be on watch, right? Like you notice the 10 year drop like a rock right here, and what did the market do? We went higher, right? So this is kind of like interesting. Um, who was buying these bonds? The Fed. The Fed was buying those bonds. Um, I could basically show you really quickly what I'm talking about. You can look at the balance sheet of the Fed. I'll show you that in a second. Let's see here. You can see right here on July 6th, um, the Fed started buying, literally right here. That's why the yield was cratering. Actually, a little selling now. So that may be, you know, why you're seeing it. This is not up to date, but this is probably why you're seeing the yield rise again. Maybe they're tightening back again, so who knows? But this is just something to watch. I mean, July 6th, they started buying, right? Even though they're supposed to start being tightening, they were actually easing here. So who knows? A little manipulation. Um, that was just something I've been looking at. Um, so basically, this is something to watch. Really something to watch. This 10 year. Really important. I mean, been violently moving down and then violently moved up yesterday. So very interesting. Uh, Quickly, let's go to I just want to look at the volume. Let's look at the relative volume in the market. Um, I trade crude too, so that's looking really good right now. Volume wise, we got the NQ, 86% of its normal volume. Yes, 78% of its normal volume. Pretty good range. So it's pretty good. Um, Move on. We're gonna move on to. We're gonna go back to the market profile. Give me 1 second here. Um, so, quick look here. Really not much to really see because you've been in balance. Um, so obviously, I didn't mention the other day we have a poor high here, but we're in balance. So obviously, here, our playground. We know what our playground is going to be now. We got a range here. We have a range here. At the bottoms, that was horrible drawing, but you get what I'm saying. Um, and so basically, what I can point out here is, oop, my bad. On this composite profile of the last week, you can see values here and values here, right? So that's very, very high and low for this week. Price is right here. And where's price? At the most traded price of the week. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, profile's amazing, right? So 41.20 is the most traded price of the year and the most traded price of the week. So we're in. You can't get any more imbalanced in this, right? So as far as today, I mean, I expect the same, right? I mean, it's coming up to the highs. I mean, you go with what goes until it doesn't work anymore. So I expect if we come to the highs, we're going to get sold. If we come to the lows, we might get bought. Obviously, those are the breakout. I mean, there's not much nuance to this now. These are really the edges, or the name of the game, right? So it's pretty much an outside in trading. You're going to fade the edges until they get broken. And when they get broken, we're gonna have a nice move on our hands here, up or down. I don't have a bias. I'm just saying that's what's gonna happen. But we're so much imbalance right now. Market's waiting for more information. Fed, one of the Feds said something about the inflation's not nowhere near to be finished. So that might have caused for that liquidation break yesterday in the market. Real quick, looking at Nasdaq, imbalance, not as defined of a range as the ES, but like still in balance. Overnight's not looking bad. I mean, we're kind of at the top of the range here, so that's pretty interesting. But we'll see. Still, it has to break these highs in order to show anything. Um, the other thing I just wanted to show was what I'm seeing in the hourly chart in the futures. So what I noticed, what I was seeing here was a head and shoulders was forming here in the overnight, and of course this would be the neckline, but that got broken here. So doesn't mean it still can't really be, but just that's what I was seeing overnight, using candlesticks just to see the pattern forming. But you know, here's that pink line, most traded price of the year, most traded price of the last week, right there. That's really holding this all up to bounce, to be more balanced, more balance. Um, we're just, it's really important level when you zoom out. I mean, it's just crowded there, right? I mean, you can see it. We've just been trading there so much. Um, so hence that why this move is going to be great. Break down, break higher. It's going to be great. The NQ had some nice double tops here. But now we're in supply. These are my supply zones. The green is demand zone. Um, that head and shoulders wasn't setting up as nicely as the ES. Well, no, it kind of was. This level right here I had kind of broke this overnight level. This was like acting as resistance, but still a balance. I mean, there's really not much to glean from today. Really, that much. It's just same old thing I've been talking about the last 2 days. We're in balance. Um, Going to the zoom chart of my market profile, and you know this is just an outside in day. We come to the highs, look for the fade, come to the lows, look for the long. So not much to there's not much to it today. I mean, really not much to it. This is the most traded price here that's plotted that I've noticed. Just this is plots automatically for me. Like I've already mentioned, 4120. It's just we're bouncing around here, that level. We're just moving up until we move out. Until we move out is when we break out. When we're coiling, we're building up energy. That is no doubt. We're gonna make a move, higher or lower, I don't know, but like crazy. We have some news to look forward to. China with Taiwan, jobs numbers, and, non-farm payrolls on Friday. Market could you be waiting on those jobs numbers now that we're technically in a recession? AMD, I mean, certain other things. AMD had bad guidance. That's bringing Nvidia down a little bit. Tesla, is about 919 right now, pre-market. So that's could be probably moving the Nasdaq higher. But still, I'm expecting balance today, more balance today, until until that gets broken. Can we break it? Of course we can break it, and then that move's going to happen. But we're still not at the top of that consolidation yet. We're still, if we go back to the NDX, I mean the SPX, I'm sorry, we're still not even at the high or the resistance part of this consolidation. So yeah, you're going to expect sellers to jump in here. So you're just gonna, sellers are gonna, people are gonna take profits, and sellers are gonna initiate positions here. So even if we move there, I mean, there's resistance there. So, but expecting more balance today, and that's about it. Sorry, there's not a much more nuance in the profile today, but it really isn't balanced, and you're just gonna fade the edges. So that's what I'm looking for today.